What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Duke Blue Devils versus Clemson Tigers. Week 1 college football matchup going down Monday, September 4th, 2023. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure you head on over to Pickdawgz.com, click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get to this one between the Duke Blue Devils and the Clemson Tigers. And Clemson, they're coming into this one looking to turn it back around in 2023 and get back to the college football playoffs. And while an 11-3 record in ACC title sounds like far from a failure on the surface, it's just the expectation that's come along with Clemson football in the last few years. Like it's playoffs or bust. The only losses last year were to Notre Dame, which is forgivable in my eyes, an upset loss to South Carolina, a game which I think that if Clemson's able to get into field goal range and kick the winning field goal, I have a hard time thinking that Clemson doesn't make the playoffs if they win that ACC title game in decisive fashion like they did against North Carolina, and the loss in the bowl game to Tennessee. So all in all, it could have been worse. But again, after not making the playoffs for 2 years, there have been murmurs of upset of just wanting to get back to the college football playoffs. Well, cue the savior in Cade Klubnik, who takes over the QB duties, threw for 697 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 INTs with a 61% completion percentage in limited action in 2022. He was great in the bowl game against Tennessee, threw for 20 of 24 passing, 279 yards. Also had 2 touchdowns and 3 INTs again, but the highly touted nature of Klubnik has Clemson's hopes high for their new quarterback. Now you got Will Shipley also back. He's one of the best all-around running backs in the country, along with almost 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns on the ground, 38 catches as well in the backfield. The receiving core remains intact as well. Antonio Williams back, as well as Bo Collins. They'll have to play big roles to help Klubnik move the ball downfield a lot more than the receivers did for much of last year. Now, the interior on the O-line experienced the least amount of experience on that offensive line is in the form of a pair of sophomore tackles. So, really experienced offensive line for Clemson as well. Defensively, I expect Clemson to be as good as usual. The defensive line having a pair of Duke Ohororo and Tyler Davis to wreak havoc. One of the best pass rushes Clemson had and run defense units in the country last year. This defensive unit, they're scattered with NFL talent. Jeremiah Trotter and Barrett Carter at linebacker. They had 161 tackles combined last year, 13 sacks. Nate Wiggins in the secondary, who had a pick 6 in the ACC title game. That was his lone interception of the year. So Clemson hoping to get a little bit more production from their secondary. Now, Duke on the other side, they had an incredible turnaround in year 1 under Mike Elko. For a program that won 10 games combined in the previous three seasons to a team that went 9-4 in 2022, highlighted by a win in the Military Bowl to put the cherry on top. Now, a lot of it was thanks to the quarterback play of Riley Leonard, who returns. He threw for almost 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions last year. He also rushed for 699 yards to lead Duke in that category. The hope is that the running backs, who are all back, it looks like from last year, can shoulder some of that ball-carrying load from Leonard as well. All of Leonard's main weapons are back in the receiving core as well, including Jalen Calhoun. He's back for his super senior year, an offensive line that's largely intact as well after they led the ACC in fewest sacks in 2022. On the defensive side, Dwayne Carter back up front. He was one of the more active D linemen in the ACC last year. Al Blades coming in from Miami, Miles Jones from Texas A&M, to help alongside a talented secondary that features the likes of Chandler Rivers at corner, a bunch of NFL caliber safeties for Duke as well. Now, that being said, I think I'm still sticking with Clemson here. Now, Duke, just outside the top 10 in terms of returning production from last year's squad, but it's also a squad that didn't play a single ranked opponent in 2022. Only 3 games prior to the bowl game were against teams that finished the year with winning records. Clemson, they've got some pieces that are fairly green, but this is still a talented group that got by with DJU as their starting quarterback for a lot of the season. And while DJU wasn't terrible, he certainly wasn't what Clemson had him pegged to be when he was coming out of high school. Now, maybe the same fate is in store for Klubnik. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But I think a big get for Clemson, I didn't mention earlier, is the add of former TCU offensive coordinator Garrett Riley. Led that TCU offense to the national championship last year. Really came out of nowhere. The national championship game. Now, this Clemson team was sort of in the same boat last year. They went on the road. They took out Georgia Tech 41-10 in their season opener. Now, I know Duke, heck of a lot better than Georgia Tech, but I just think we're at the point with Clemson where Dabo Swinney, he's not taking anyone lightly. I think Duke having such a good year last year heightens Clemson's focus on this matchup. It's not like Clemson has any new tape to study on any incoming transfers. The majority of Duke's roster is what it was last year. Duke's a solid team, but I just think this is a spot where Clemson goes into Wallace Wade and handles business. So give me Clemson laying the points in this one. It's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're at Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free, the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. And while you're at our YouTube channel, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.